You're live. Good morning, GPC family, and anybody else who happens to be turned in. It's Sunday, April 19th. Today's sermon is going to be on worry and coronavirus. Sam Bonderov's doing this message. He's going from Matthew 6:24 through 34. He's also going to touch on Romans 8:31 through 39 and Psalm 46. So when announcements are done, if you want, go ahead and click down below in the notes on Sam's message on worry and coronavirus. So the elders and leadership team decided it'd be good to have some normalcy. And so I'm doing some announcements for you. And so here are some things that we're going to do this week. First thing I want to bring your attention to is that we're going to do a Zoom community group on Wednesday, April 22nd. And we're going to do it from 7 to 8:30. If you haven't done Zoom before, go ahead and check in with your email. Judy has sent out some instructions on how to do that. To use Zoom, the free version, we can only go 40 minutes per pass. So what we're going to do is do the first 40 minutes, take a little bit of break, and then add some more time to that on the back end. So learn about Zoom. And if you have any questions about that, again, look at your email or call Judy and ask her about that. Another thing I want to encourage you to do this week is, as you're spending time in the Word and hearing sermons or talking to one another about biblical themes and things going on with regards to what we're encountering right now with the coronavirus, or just things God's teaching you, send each other text, emails, phone calls. Once you learn how to do the Zoom thing, maybe you could organize your own Zoom-based Bible studies where you get together and try to get into each other's lives again without physically being there. For the short term. We don't know how long this is going to last, so we need to take advantage of any of these technological advances that are at our disposal to be able to do more of the one another's and be with one another. Some other things to note this week, sad, but it's happening, and it's God's purpose for Lourdes. She's going to move up to Oregon and live near her sister up there, but she's packing up a van or a truck on Friday. And if you are available to help her with that, please reach out to her or Judy and let them know what time you're available to help. She's planning on driving away on Saturday. And Kenny and Nellie will be driving up with her, helping her on the way up there. And then they're going to drive the rental car that they're getting back home after they've been there and helped her unloaded. So with that, again, if you have some time, please reach out to Judy and Lourdes and let them know. Along those lines, I want to encourage you to pray for George Enriquez, because he's got to find a place to live as well. So let's reach out to our brother if we know of anything like that. But at the very least, reach out and pray for our brother. All right. Let's see. Next, we have a leadership meeting that we're going to do by Zoom. Zoom is seeming to be the thing these days. That'll be Sunday, April 26th. So if you're interested in that, we'll have an online meeting. Judy's shaking her head, saying no, that you're not allowed to be part of it. Sorry. Wow. Okay, but I had a couple things I wanted to throw out to you before the sermon. We're part of the Gospel Coalition as a church, and I went to their webpage this morning, and they got a whole section on helpful things to help Christians think through biblically what's going on with this coronavirus and the different aspects of how it affects us. I grabbed a couple of things. One of them was a set of quotes by John Piper, and I want to read a couple of those to you before we go into Sam's message. So these are strung together. They weren't all one speech, but they flowed nicely together. So let me read a couple of them to you, and then I'll let you go for reading or hearing Sam's message. Piper said, "Physical evil is a parable, a drama, a signpost pointing to the moral outrage of rebellion against God. Physical pain is God's trumpet blast to tell us something is dreadfully wrong in the world. Disease and deformity are God's pictures in the physical realm of what sin is like in the spiritual realm. Calamities are God's preview of what sin deserves and will one day receive in judgment 1,000 times worse. They are warnings. They're a wake-up call to see the moral horror and spiritual ugliness of sin against God. Therefore, God is mercifully shouting to us, wake up. Sin against God is like this. It's horrible and ugly, and far more dangerous than coronavirus. Coronavirus is God's thunderclap call for us all to repent and realign our lives with the infinite worth of Christ. Disasters are a gracious summons from God to repent and be saved while there's still time. This last one. I think that God's message for the world in this coronavirus outrage is that he's calling for the world to repent while there's still time. So with that, I want to encourage you to click on the in the notes below on Sam's message on worry and the coronavirus.